Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Carl and you're tuned back into the USG Knowledge Hub. Today's video we're going to look at the relationship between voltage, current and resistance, and basically looking at how to calculate Ohm's law. So I'm going to show you a few tips and a few quick things that you can do and how to basically use the Ohm's Law Triangle to aid you in your electrical training and to work out basic calculations. Okay, so the first thing, like I've mentioned, is you're going to be using a triangle, and this is known as the Ohm's Law Triangle. And within this triangle, there's three different parts to it basically. The first part is voltage, and that's represented by the V, and that always goes at the top, okay? The second part is I, which stands for the current, okay? And we measure that in amps. And then we've got the R, and that stands for resistance, okay? And that's measured in ohms. And we'll go through that a bit later on. So basically what we're going to look at now is how we're going to use this triangle to work out the various different parts, okay? So, for example, when we look at calculating any electrical circuit, we always use voltage at 230 volts. So, for example, if we had on our question a circuit that was supplied by 230 volts, that 230 volts will be put in the top of the triangle. And we're trying to find out what the resistance of that circuit is, okay? So we know we've got 230 volt circuit, and that circuit is drawing 20 amps, okay? So amps would be in this part of the triangle where the I is, okay? So if we had 20 amps, like so, we would put that where the I is, okay? So the part that we're looking for is the resistance, okay? So we're wanting to find out what the resistance of that circuit is, okay? So what we need to do is you cover up the one that you're looking for. So in this instance, we're looking for resistance, so we cover that one up. And we've got 230 up there for voltage, and we've got 20 there for amps, okay? And you can see there's the various lines on the triangle. So basically, the voltage must be divided by the current to get the resistance, because that's the one that we're trying to find, so that's the one we're going to cover up. So as long as you've got those two figures, you should be able to find the resistance. So what we need to do is 230 volts, and then divide that by the 20 amps, should give us in the region of 11.5 ohms. And resistance is always measured in ohms, okay? So let's look at the opposite way, and basically the same applies all the way around the triangle. All you need to do is just ensure you've got two of the figures and look at the relationship between them to know where you need to put those values as well. Okay, so we'll put this one back and we'll look at a different setup. So we've looked at how you're going to find the resistance, okay, and I explained to you that basically you're going to use whatever value is in the top, you would divide by the value below to get the other one, okay? So basically how that triangle looks is the voltage is always divided by one of the bottom ones to get the other bottom one. So what we mean by that is, if you was going to do voltage divided by the current, that would give you your resistance. If you did voltage divided by your resistance, you would get your value for current. But when it comes to you finding out what the voltage is, you have to do something slightly different. So rather than dividing, because you're looking for the voltage, you must have these two values. And rather than dividing those, you are going to times them, okay? So feel free to adjust your triangle. So basically, to find the voltage, you would times those two figures together. And that would give you a voltage. And on the top ones, it literally is, as it looks on there, just a divide sign, okay? So, for example, as we've just demonstrated on the previous one, if we have the current of 20 amps, and we know the resistance for that circuit was 11.5, put that one there, and remember this is the resistance, so it's measured in ohms, so 11.5 ohms. we know we need to times both of those figures together, because the one that we're looking for is a voltage, which is the one that we've covered up. Okay, so we've covered that one up. We know we've got those two values, which we do. We need to times them together. Okay, so if we do 20 times 11.5, that should give us our voltage of 230 volts. And that's basically what you need to do, and the same applies across the board, okay? So the only other variant that you may have is, like I say, if you're wanting to find out what the current is, you would use your voltage, divide that by your resistance, would give you the current for that circuit, okay? And it's as simple as that. So the last thing that we need to do as part of this, obviously, is the main and the important thing is to like and subscribe. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, comment below, and like I say, tune in for next time to see some more new content coming your way, and hopefully further aids to help you along your journey. Take care, bye bye.